The art of goal setting. Mapping your journey to achievement *. Ever caught yourself setting the same goal for the third year running? Join the club. 92% of New Year's resolutions fail within weeks, leaving us right back where we started. But here's the truth. Effective goal setting isn't about vague promises or wishful thinking. It's about creating a roadmap that actually works. The art of goal setting goes beyond just writing down what you want. It's about understanding the psychology behind achievement, breaking big dreams into actionable steps, and building systems that make success almost inevitable. By the end of this guide, you'll have a framework that transforms how you approach goals completely. But first, let me show you why most goal-setting advice you've heard is fundamentally flawed. Understanding the psychology of goal setting. Why goals matter. The science of motivation. Ever notice how some days you're fired up to tackle everything on your to-do list, while other days you can barely drag yourself off the couch? That's motivation in action or inaction. Goals aren't just items on a checklist. They're powerful psychological triggers. When you set a meaningful goal, your brain releases dopamine, that feel-good chemical that keeps you coming back for more. This isn't just pop psychology. Research shows that properly structured goals activate the brain's reward centers, creating a natural motivation loop. The most effective goals hit that sweet spot between challenging and achievable. Too easy, your brain yawns. Too hard, your brain panics and shuts down. But that just right challenge, that's where the magic happens. Goals also provide something we desperately need: direction. Without them, we're just drifting. With them, we have purpose. And purpose is fuel for the human spirit. Fixed versus growth mindset. How your perspective shapes success. I'm just not good at math. Sound familiar? That's a fixed mindset talking. The belief that your abilities are set in stone. And it's a goal killer. On the flip side, a growth mindset sees challenges as opportunities to improve. I'm not good at math yet makes all the difference. Here's how these mindsets play out in goal pursuit. Fixed mindset. Growth mindset avoids challenges, embraces challenges, gives up easily, persists despite setbacks as effort as fruitless, views effort as the path to mastery, ignores useful feedback, learns from criticism, feels threatened by others. Success finds inspiration in others. Success. The science is clear. People with growth mindsets achieve more. They set bigger goals and stick with them longer. Why? Because they believe in their capacity to grow. The good news: mindsets can change. Starting today, you can catch yourself in fixed mindset thinking and flip the script. Overcoming mental barriers to goal achievement. Your brain is wired for safety, not achievement. It's constantly scanning for threats and looking for ways to conserve energy. No wonder goal pursuit feels uphill sometimes. These mental roadblocks show up in predictable patterns. Fear of failure keeps countless goals on the drawing board. Behind this fear often lurks another fear of what failure might say about you as a person. Perfectionism masquerades as high standards but actually prevents progress. Perfect is the enemy of done, and done is what gets results. Overwhelm paralyzes you when goals seem too big or complex. Breaking goals into smaller chunks isn't just practical advice, it's brain science. Your mind can only handle so much complexity at once. Negative self-talk undermines your efforts with a constant stream of "you can't" and "you'll fail." Challenging these thoughts isn't optional if you want to succeed. The most powerful technique: create implementation intentions, specific if-then plans for when obstacles arise. If I feel like skipping my workout, then I'll just put on my gym clothes and do 5 crafting SMART goals that inspire action. Specific, pinpointing exactly what you want. Vague goals are dream killers. I want to be successful sounds nice, but what does that actually mean? Instead, get crystal clear about what you're aiming for. Think about it. I want to increase my income versus I want to earn $5,000 monthly through my side business by December. Which one gives you a target to shoot for? The magic happens when you define exactly what success looks like. Want to get fit? Great. But run a 5,000 in under 30 minutes. Gives your brain something concrete to work toward. Ask yourself these questions. What precisely do I want to accomplish? Where will this happen? Who is involved? Which resources or limits are at play? Specific goals eliminate confusion. They transform fuzzy wishes into clear directions that your brain can actually process and act on. Be measurable. Creating trackable milestones. You can't manage what you don't measure. Period. When your goal includes numbers, percentages, or quantifiable elements, you'll know exactly where you stand. It's like having a GPS for your progress. Instead of read more books, try read 20 pages daily or finish one book every 2 weeks. These give you clear metrics to track. Measurements create momentum. Each time you hit a milestone, your brain gets a dopamine hit that keeps you going. It's built-in motivation. Some ways to measure progress. Track numbers, dollars saved, pounds lost, clients gained. Use apps or spreadsheets for visual progress. Create checklists for completion, step setup. Regular review. Point C. Achievable. Setting challenging yet realistic targets. Goals should stretch you, not break you. There's a sweet spot between too easy and completely impossible, where the magic happens. You want goals that make you grow, but aren't so that you give up before starting. Consider your current circumstances, available resources, and genuine capacity. Going from couch potato to marathon runner in a month, probably not happening. Building up to a 5,000 in 8 weeks. Now we're talking. Be honest about what you can actually achieve given your time, skills, and resources. This isn't about limiting yourself, it's about setting yourself up to win. Ask yourself, do I have the necessary skills, resources? Have others with similar backgrounds achieved this? What obstacles might I face, and can I overcome them? Relevant. Aligning goals with your core values. Why waste energy on goals that don't matter to you? Your goals should connect directly to your bigger life vision. They should make sense in the context of your values, long-term objectives, and current priorities. When goals align with what truly matters to you, you'll find motivation even on tough days. I want to learn Spanish feels different when it's tied to your dream of working internationally or connecting with your heritage. Ask yourself, does this goal genuinely excite me? Does it fit with my other life goals? Is this the right time in my life for this goal? Will this move me toward my vision of success? Relevant goals feel meaningful, not random. They're worth fighting for because they're connected to who you are and who you want to become. Time-bound. Establishing deadlines. That drive progress. Deadlines turn dreams into projects with a finish line. Without a time frame, goals tend to drift. Setting a deadline creates urgency and helps you prioritize. Someday is where goals go to die. Effective deadlines are specific dates, not vague periods. By June 30th works better than in a few months. Break longer goals into time chunks. What can you accomplish in the next week? What needs to happen this month? What's your quarterly milestone? Deadlines also help you evaluate progress. If your goal is to launch a website in 3 months, and 2 months have passed with minimal progress, you know it's time to adjust your approach. The time element transforms wishful thinking into scheduled action. It's the difference between, I hope this happens and I'm making this happen by this date. Breaking down your master plan from big dreams to daily actions. Dreams feel amazing, but they remain fantasies until you break them down into bite-sized chunks. Think of your big goal as the destination on a road trip. You wouldn't just hop in the car without directions, right? The same applies to your goals. Start by working backward. If your goal is to launch a business in 1 year, what needs to happen in month 10, month 6, next week? I like to call this goal laddering. Each rung represents a smaller action that lifts you toward the big prize. The beauty is that each small win creates momentum. Try this. Take your biggest goal and identify 3 major milestones to reach it. 3 monthly targets for each milestone. 3 weekly actions for each monthly target. 3 daily habits that support those actions. That mountain looks climbable because you're not thinking about scaling the whole thing at once. Just taking the next step on your carefully mapped path. Creating effective milestone systems. Milestones aren't just random checkpoints. They're your celebration stations. The trick is making them concrete and trackable. Vague milestones like make progress on project won't cut it. Instead, try complete first draft of chapters 1 to 3. Your milestone system should include clear completion criteria. You should know exactly when you've hit its realistic time frame. Challenge yourself, but don't set up for failure measurement methods. How will you track progress? Reward mechanisms. What will you give yourself for reaching each milestone? Digital tools like Trello or Asana work great, but don't underestimate the power of a physical calendar where you can literally see your progress unfolding. Balancing short-term wins and long-term vision, the toughest part of goal achievement. Staying motivated when results aren't immediate. This is where the balancing act comes in. You need enough quick wins to fuel your motivation engine, while keeping your eyes on the distant prize. Small victories create dopamine hits that keep you going. They're like little fuel stations on your journey. Schedule them deliberately. What can you accomplish this week that will give you that satisfaction boost? Meanwhile, reconnect with your big vision regularly. Some people keep vision boards, others write morning affirmations. I personally start each Monday by reviewing my why document, a single page that reminds me of the deeper purpose behind my goals. When you hit inevitable plateaus, and you will, this balance becomes crucial. The small wins remind you that you're making progress, while the big vision pulls you through the valleys of doubt. Powerful tools and systems for goal tracking. Digital apps that boost accountability. Gone are the days of scribbling goals on napkins and hoping for the best. Today's apps make tracking your progress almost addictive. Tools like Todoist and Asana break big goals into bite-sized tasks you can check off daily. Want something specifically for habits? Habitica turns your goals into a game where you level up as you complete tasks. The real game changer. Apps that connect you with others. Strava shares your fitness achievements with friends who will cheer you on when motivation dips. And don't overlook the power of a simple calendar app with notifications that won't let you forget what you promised yourself. Analog methods for visual progress. Tracking digital tools are great, but sometimes nothing beats the satisfaction of physically tracking progress. Bullet journals have exploded in popularity because they combine creativity with productivity. That rush of drawing a line through a completed task. Pure dopamine. Wall calendars work wonders too. Mark an X for each day you stick to your goal, and you'll create a chain you won't want to break. Or try a simple jar of marbles. Move one from the to-do jar to the done jar with each milestone. Watching that visual shift happens is surprisingly powerful. See the power of regular review sessions. Most people set goals and forget them. Big mistake. Weekly reviews keep you honest and help catch problems before they derail you completely. Set a recurring 30-minute appointment with yourself every Sunday evening. Look at what worked, what didn't, and adjust accordingly. Monthly deeper dives help too. This is when you assess if your metrics still make sense. The best reviews ask tough questions. Am I still excited about this goal? And what's one thing I could change to improve my chances? These sessions aren't about beating yourself up. They're about course correcting while there's still time. Using metrics that actually matter. Tracking the wrong things is worse than tracking nothing at all. If your goal is better health, obsessing over weight alone might discourage you, while ignoring meaningful improvements in energy levels or strength. For each goal, identify both lead and lag indicators. Lag indicators show results like total weight lost, while lead indicators track behaviors that create those results, like workouts completed or meals prepped. And remember, not everything worth tracking is quantifiable. Sometimes the most important metric is simply how you feel. A journal entry describing your mental state after working toward your goal can reveal patterns that numbers never will. Staying motivated through challenges. Building resilience when facing setbacks. The road to achieving goals isn't paved with gold stars and constant wins. It's bumpy, unpredictable, and sometimes feels like you're taking 3 steps back for every step forward. That's normal. Resilience isn't about avoiding failures, it's about how quickly you get back up. When you hit a roadblock, take a moment to breathe. Feel disappointed for 5 minutes if you need to. Then ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Try this resilience building trick. Keep a setbacks journal where you record obstacles and how you overcame them. When future challenges pop up, flip through it and remind yourself, I've been here before. I got through it then, I'll get through it now. The art of productive self-reflection. Self-reflection without action is just daydreaming. Make your reflection sessions count by asking targeted questions. What worked well this week? What didn't work, and why? What one change would make the biggest difference? Schedule regular reality checks on your calendar weekly for short-term goals, monthly for bigger ones. Don't wait until you're in to realize you've been climbing the wrong mountain. The magic happens when you turn insights into adjustments. If morning workouts aren't happening because you're too tired, maybe evening sessions fit better with your energy patterns. Don't just identify problems, solve them. Creating accountability partnerships. Going solo makes it easy to let yourself off the hook. Finding someone to hold you accountable. Game changer. An ideal accountability partner isn't just a cheerleader, they're part coach, part truth teller. Choose someone who'll ask the uncomfortable questions. You said you'd finish that project by Thursday. What happened? Set up regular check-ins with clear expectations. Maybe it's a weekly coffee date, a shared tracking document, or text updates. The format matters less than the consistency. And make it mutual. Offering accountability to someone else reinforces your own commitment. When you help someone track their fitness goals, you're more likely to hit the gym yourself. Celebrating progress to maintain momentum. We're wired to focus on what's still undone rather than what we've accomplished. Fight this tendency by deliberately celebrating wins and small ones. Create a victory log where you record every milestone. Finished that presentation. Log it. Had a productive brainstorming session. That counts too. The trick is making celebrations proportional. Major milestone. Plan something special. Small win. A 5-minute dance party or your favorite coffee might be enough. Celebrations aren't frivolous, they're fuel. They create positive associations with goal, pursuit, and generate momentum that carries you through tougher stretches. Adjusting goals without abandoning them. Sometimes your original goal needs tweaking. That's not quitting, it's being smart. There's a world of difference between this is harder than I thought, so I'm adjusting my timeline, and this is harder than I thought, so I quit. Get comfortable with mid-journey adjustments. Maybe you plan to launch your side business in 3 months, but discovering it needs more development isn't failure, it's wisdom. The key question isn't, am I sticking exactly to my original plan? But rather, am I still moving in the right direction? Goals should be living documents, not carved in stone. Setting meaningful goals and effectively pursuing them is truly an art form that combines psychology, strategy, and perseverance. By understanding the psychological factors that drive successful goal achievement, crafting smart goals that provide clear direction, breaking down your master plan into manageable steps, utilizing powerful tracking tools, and developing strategies to maintain motivation through challenges, you can dramatically increase your chances of turning aspirations into reality. Remember, that goal setting isn't just about the destination, but about who you become on the journey. Start implementing these proven goal-setting techniques today, and watch as your dreams transform from distant possibilities into concrete achievements. The path may not always be straightforward, but with the right approach to goal setting, you'll develop the resilience and focus needed to navigate any obstacle on your way to success.